sorry, I'm urinating. I worked with a guy, Graham Brookman. Graham Brookman.
Yo, what the fuck?
Is it?
Yeah, you can come back when you're not taking piss. And if I ever hear you or piss, fart, or anything like that on mic again, you are fucking gone from the server.
I'm so sad.
You put a message in general when you're done fucking pissing. Unbelievable degenerates come up.
You're unmuted, bro. If you want to continue and tell me why abolitionist vegans are less ethical than permaculturist ethics. Also, do you want to add for the record, I am permaculture certified. I actually did become permaculture certified studying sustainability. But I just want to make sure that I had my typing on. Just going through those ethics, it's very clear that they could be just right there within vegan ethics. I mean, earth care, I'd say earth involves animals as well, and ecosystems. And animals are part of ecosystems, people care, obviously. That's, the health, and fair share is, it's above and beyond, and that's totally open to interpretation, but that's just a slightly different topic. That's like resource management as opposed to like ethics of killing.
Don't the permaculture people want to send 70% of the population back into agriculture and like destroy civilization in the process?
I mean, I think that's probably the view of some. It's like if we were just back to an agrarian society, we would all be happier and everything would be better. And I think there's some truth to like the sustainability of small scale farms, but we also do things very efficiently right now, and not everyone would want to be a farmer, so you'd be forcing people to farm. They wouldn't want to farm, and so there's definitely like that doesn't fall into people care. It's like right against the ethics.
What are we going to hold a gun to their head or something?
I also think it's interesting, ethics are culturally evolved mechanisms that regulate self-interest, giving us a better understanding of good and bad outcomes. I mean, that's general enough that you can kind of agree with it or disagree with it, but I don't know. What do you think about that, Isaac, as an ethics enthusiast?
What's the ethics claim? Sorry, I'm arguing with X. This guy's just...
Don't worry about it.
What
Ethics are culturally evolved mechanisms that self-regulate interest, giving us a better understanding of good and bad outcomes.
Cultural mechanism. So that means like cultures, like you come up with different ethics. Is that
I think it's an appeal to culture, right? Because like maybe there's the cannibalistic culture, things that it's worked out really well to be cannibalistic.
Is he trying to say that what's good derives just from whatever cultures think?
I'm literally reading you the permaculture ethics.
Oh god. Oh wait. What?
Word for word.
And no, there's a permaculture
I copy and pasted.
statement.
I copied and pasted a while back. I'll do it again.
Oh, okay, sure. Victory. Like, oh look, plants are sentient. You think that it's okay to murder animals in agriculture? Is that the view? Like, are you supporting like farming cows and shit? Do you think it's morally acceptable to farm a cow?
No. I don't mean by farm a cow, but there's a lot of nuance
is
here.
Is it no, don't give me the fucking look. On your view, is it on your view, is it ethical to like murder a cow and eat it in the right circumstances? Is that what you're saying?
I will. Yeah, I'm.
Just give a straightforward answer.
Ethical problem.
Right. There's no moral or ethical problem with killing a cow
to provide my own nutrition. No.
Okay. All right. Now, is it ethical to kill a human to provide your own nutrition? Just a yes or no. No ramble. No, just a yes. Look. Okay. Let me make it simple. Okay. Look. What is the look? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't force me to priority talk you, okay? You're an obnoxious little fucker, aren't you? Now, listen to me. What is the situation where it's ethical to murder a cow? For your own nutrition, right? So, if we raise a cow on a farm and then slaughter it and feed it to you, that's what's ethical, right? Weasel boy?
No.
Okay, so then don't be a weasel and just give a clear picture, okay? I'm not like a lot of the other fucking stupid people who you're going to talk to who won't push you on this, okay? When I ask you a question, I'm expecting a clear and coherent answer, and if you even remotely try to weasel, I'm just going to talk over you and get a clear answer, okay? Now, I want to understand the circumstance in which you say that it's ethical to murder a cow. Go.
in the same circumstance that it's ethical to murder a lettuce.
Okay, now that is completely unclear. What are you talking about? Is it here? Let me try to ask you a question. Is it ethical to raise a cow on a farm and then murder that?
For that.
Okay, so just clearly, in such a way that we're able to understand what the fuck you're saying, just tell us when it's ethical to murder a cow. I don't want the fucking rope around, okay? It's not complicated, so just give the clear explanation.
I'm going to give you a clear answer now. When murdering the cow is in line with permaculture ethics, it's ethical.
Okay, I want you to describe the situation. Okay, so describe the situation. Don't complain, just describe the situation.
Yeah, for sure. It's easy. You're making this really hard, but it's really fucking simple. If murdering the cow isn't detrimental to the environment or society, then I have no ethical problem with it.
Okay, so
murdering the cow, which most cows.
No, I don't need the ramble. Okay, so just to be clear, the sufficient criteria for it to be okay to murder a cow, on your view, is that it is not detrimental to what now? The environment or your health? Is that what you're going?
Nah, fuck health.
Okay, so not health, so the environment, is that your position?
Society.
Okay, and what's it mean to be harmful to society? What's that supposed to mean? Like it damages humans in some?
Well, in the context of this discussion, it's involved. It's about authoritarianism. It's about forcing other people to do what you want.
Well, how would murdering a cow be authoritarian?
You're right. No, I retract that statement. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's just incoherent garbage. So the conditions we're trying to understand, the sufficient conditions for when it becomes ethical to murder a cow, is that it's not damaging to the environment. And then what other sufficient condition has to be there?
All society. I mean, because
what does... Okay, so wait, let's just be clear. Step by step, okay? Slow down, shut up, step by step. The two conditions are that it is not problematic for the environment or society. Those are the sufficient conditions, or is there...
Yeah, no, I mean, there could...
Those are the sufficient conditions, or are there more?
Yeah, we'll go with that. There could be more.
No, I don't want the garbage. If there's more, you spell it out right now. You're not... Look, I've told you before, okay? You're not talking to a moron. You're not talking to someone who's going to let you do your Weasley garbage, where you try to keep in your back pocket that, oh, there's maybe something else I'm going to throw in at the last moment. You're being asked for the sufficient conditions, you fucking idiot. When someone asks you for the sufficient conditions, you don't say, this and maybe more, duh. Obviously, sufficient conditions are supposed to come... Sufficient conditions mean not the case where there is maybe something else. They're supposed to be sufficient, okay? So are what you gave the sufficient conditions, or did you just not answer the question correctly?
There's nothing else I can think of.
Okay, now answer clearly. Are those... Look, let me make this simple. I'm going to give you 5 tries, okay? And if we get through 5 without a clear answer, I'm just going to ban you, all right? Then you get to weasel out of this debate by getting banned. Are those the sufficient conditions on your view, yes or...
Yes.
Okay, alright, we've got a yes. Okay, now, what do you mean when you say damaging to society? I think we understand what it means for something to be damaging to the environment. What do you mean by damaging to society?
Well, I mean, I know what you're going to do. You're going to make me...
Look, I don't want a fucking analysis. Look, don't go into the meta, okay? You're going into the meta. You're talking about the conversation. You're saying, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. You're talking about what your interlocutor is going to do instead of answering the question, okay? Now, I want you to answer the question. What does it mean for something to be damaging to society? Go.
It's hard to define, for sure.
Okay, so I don't want some random garbage. I just want you to tell me some conditions, okay? Just give me an idea of what it means for something to be damaging to society. Would you say decreases human well-being? Is that okay? Decreases human happiness? Just be clear.
Yeah, something like that. Causes harm or...
Okay, so in some way, either physical or mental, harms humans.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that, yeah.
Okay, alright, there we go. So the sufficient criteria is that it is not damaging to the environment and it doesn't cause any harm to humans, okay? And we're gonna ignore cheeky little arguments that I could make here, like it psychologically harms vegans who care about those animals, okay? Or it harms humans by their health. Let's just say that it's perfectly healthy and it's environmentally sustainable, okay? Now, so it's causing no harm to humans and it's perfectly healthy, okay? Now, in that situation, it's ethical to kill a cow, correct?
Push to talk.
That is just a random fucking word. What are you...
Sorry, you go back here.
Okay, so I listed your sufficient conditions and just asked you, when your sufficient conditions are met, is it okay to murder the cow? Now, if you say no, for the record, that just means that you've failed to give the sufficient conditions that you asked for, right? If you say yes, then we proceed. Okay, so if it doesn't damage the environment and it doesn't harm humans in any way, then it's fine to murder a cow, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now, if it doesn't damage the environment or harm humans, is it fine to murder humans?
No.
Okay, now what's true of animals that, if true of humans, would make it okay to murder humans when it doesn't harm people or the environment? Is that the laugh of being cornered? What is it? Just answer.
No, it's just a facetious argument. It's just...
Facetious? No, it's not facetious. What do you think facetious means?
Oh, I couldn't define it, please.
Right, that's because you're confusing the words fallacious and facetious because you're a moron, okay? When someone's being facetious, it means they're kidding. They're being not serious, okay? Fallacious is the word you're looking for. Now, if you want to say what logical fallacy the argument is committing, how it's violating logic, you can go ahead. And if not, I'd like you to reply. And also, it's not an argument. There wasn't premises and a conclusion given.
Right.
Now, in the same case with humans, it's not ethical to murder them, okay? So I'm asking, what is true of the animal that, if true of the human, would make it ethical to murder them so long as it doesn't harm humans or society?
Well...
Sorry, harm the environment or society.
By definition, so society by definition is humans. It is a group of humans, is society, yes?
Yes, well, we can agree that our society is. You could have society, you know...
I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up.
Oh, no, you're not. You're going to actually apologize right now to me very nicely for saying shut the fuck up, or you're gone from the server. Let's hear that nice little sorry there, bud.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, now continue. So, yes, we can agree that humans have a society. So, society isn't exclusive to humans, but we can say humans have society. So, continue. Go ahead.
Society...
You'll see I'm back in the fight.
Society isn't exclusive to humans.
The destruction caused by the Omnics here. It reminds me of home.
Look, let's not get hung up on society. What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that killing a human is harmful to society because that human is a part of society.
Oh, okay. So we have to be careful. So your traits, okay. So let's be clear. So when you say doesn't harm humans, we can actually almost interpret that as well, doesn't harm society.
Yeah, you're putting words in my mouth.
Here, 1 second. Just getting water. Give me 1 second. We'll let him ramble for a second while I get a glass of water.
Take a break.
Alrighty. So let's continue.
Sorry, you're right.
So
Isaac,
when we're saying, okay, so let's just write these traits out, okay, Rory? So we've got the first is doesn't harm environment, okay, and the second we'll say doesn't harm humans, because that's what you mean, right? When you say doesn't harm society, what you mean is cause physical or mental harm to humans, right? So can we just say doesn't harm humans?
Society is more than humans.
Right, but if we, but no, but if we, look, I'm trying to summarize what you're saying in an easier to understand way, okay, because stop, because when you say harms the bond between humans, if that harms humans' physical or mental well-being, that's included in harming humans.
You can can harm the bond without harming any humans. So
what does it mean to harm the? Okay, wait. Now you have wait. So
Yeah,
now
wait.
Stop. So now you're changing what you mean by society, right? Because before we understood harming society to mean causes mental or physical suffering to humans, right? Now you're saying that there's some way to harm society that doesn't cause mental or physical suffering to humans, which means that you're contradicting yourself, right? Do you understand? Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So we have doesn't harm the environment, doesn't harm humans, and now there's something else that was meant by doesn't harm. Stop! Shut the fuck up! Listen. Okay. Now you said doesn't harm society. Okay. So part of that we understand is causing physical or mental suffering to humans. Okay. Now what I want to know is the other part. Yeah. So fucking stupid. Okay. So
the other
now,
part of that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, what is the other part?
Yeah, the other part is. I mean, I'm thinking out loud here. And, I'm opening
Look,
in my mind.
just don't narrate. Just
Sorry.
answer. Right. What is the other part of harming?
The other part is the bond between humans. I realize that's
okay. How do you harm the bond between? Because I'm questioning if this part is even coherent before we even get to the obvious reduction. Shut up! Shut up! Okay.
You just asked me a question.
Shut the fuck up! Okay. Now look. I'm questioning, first of all, what you even mean when you say harm society is coherent. So we're going to explore that for a minute before getting to the extremely obvious reduction on this position. Okay. Now, when you say that it's possible to harm the bond between people, but not cause physical or mental suffering to humans, maybe that's possible. I don't know what the fuck that would look like. So do you want to describe how that's possible? Okay.
Easy. I mean, I know you're not a social justice warrior. You're against that. Yes?
Depends what you mean exactly, because some people I've noticed who say social justice warrior are saying they have a weird idea of what that means. But if you mean like really radical,
yeah.
In fact, we're getting off track by this, but we're thinking about the same thing. So right, but what do you remember what you asked? Do you remember what your answer?
Yes, I'm getting to it.
What are you answering? What's the question that you're
social justice warriors, a lot of them.
No, what is the question that you're answering?
No, I'm answering this question.
What is, look, I don't trust that you, when you, look, I don't even trust that you're answering the question because I don't know if you remember the question. What is the question?
The question is, how can you have a bond between people without hurting people?
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear how you do it.
Well, social justice warriors, I think they do that. Their intentions are great. The Black Lives Matter, for example, or something. I mean, I don't want to get in on a fucking tangent here, but their intentions are good, but they actually drive a wedge between people of color and white people, and it's really bad in Australia where I'm from. There's lots of very racist Aboriginals who drive a wedge in society, and it hurts the bond between people.
What does it? Okay, but you're just
harm any individual purpose.
Oh my God, you're just reiterating the claim. Look, when I ask you what it means,
no, that's a specific example. That's a specific example.
Stop. Fuck, dude.
Giving specific examples.
Okay, look. Let me make this fucking simple. Okay, if I hear you talk over me one more time, you're gone. Shut up. Okay. Now, look. When you say that it's okay. When you say that it's possible to harm the bond and not the people, okay? I don't understand in what sense that is harming a bond and not people. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's hard to articulate. It's maybe not the best phraseology, but it's it's driving a wedge in society. It's
does that wedge cause suffering?
It does, yeah, it does. So it does hurt people,
so what is the part? What is the
indirectly?
Okay, So I just don't look. Can you just define what you mean by harming the bonds? Can you just describe what the fuck that means?
We're fucking well off in the weeds with regards.
No, we're trying to understand what the fuck you're talking about. We're not. Oh my god, we're talking about sustainability. Okay, listen.
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying. I only
care about.
Shut up! Shut up!
You go. Sorry, you go.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
You go.
Look, you're driving me absolutely nuts. The only reason I don't ban you is
please say something intelligent. You go. Your turn.
Up.
Your turn.
Shut up. Okay. The only reason I don't immediately ban you, which I should have done, right, is because it's funny to make a fool of you, and I want to land the reductio before we kick you out of this place for being a complete idiot. Now, when you're saying it harms the bond, no one knows what the fuck you mean. Okay. Describe what it means to harm the bond. Don't give me an example. Give me a definition. Okay, what's it mean to harm the bond?
This is a tough one for sure.
If you can't even define it, consider dropping it as part of the position.
No, I won't drop it just because I'm not that articulate.
Okay, so what do you mean?
I never claimed to fucking be a fucking genius.
Okay, so describe to me.
I think it's kind of obvious to me, so it's hard to explain it.
I'm looking. So look. Listen. I asked you to give me a situation where the bond is harmed and people aren't harmed. You described a situation with social justice warriors. I asked if that caused suffering. You said yes, which means you didn't give the situation you were asking. Okay, just describe to me a situation where the bond is somehow harmed and people aren't harmed. Okay?
Easy.
That will help me understand what you mean.
I'm getting onto the social justice. This is just as an example of the question you're asking.
Yeah.
This is a way in which the bond could be harmed.
Okay, just describe it. Right.
So I'm going to give you an example.
You understand this is all. The reason I'm asking for an example is purely to help me understand what the fuck you mean when you're talking about a bond in society being harmed. Okay. So let's
Okay,
just
okay. This is just one example, but there's a musician in and he talks about white people, black people, very mob and our mob kind of mentality, and that doesn't
What is it? So you think there's some way to be divisive to society without harming?
Push to talk.
The power of the
Look, I don't know why you just say that random set of words at me. Push to talk. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So what we're trying to do, what we're trying to do is understand what the fuck you mean when you say that it's possible to harm the bond between people but not harm people. So are you saying make people less able to communicate or something like that?
Well, yeah, exactly. Make people hate each other.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that doesn't cause suffering.
To boil it right down, it doesn't have to.
Look, just don't even look. It's not even worth. The thing is, I question whether it's coherent to separate them, but we're just going to treat it like separate things. I don't want to talk to you for long. Okay, so you're talking about damaging people's ability to communicate with each other. We understand what that means. Okay, is that what you mean by damaging the other part of damaging society, other than harming humans physically or mentally, making them less able to communicate?
No, not at all. That's not what I mean at all.
Okay, listen, plants are sentient. Listen to me, you absolute fucking moron! Okay, shut the fuck up and listen to me. I am going to ask you a simple question, okay? Now, the question, if not answered immediately with an exact set of properties, will result in a ban. This time, it is not a joke, it is not an option. If I do not hear an exact and coherent set of properties, it's over, okay? I do not want to deal with your weaselly garbage. Now, I want to understand, when you say harm the bond, just tell me what has to happen for the bond to be harmed? Tell me the necessary, or just, in fact, if sufficient conditions would do, whatever. Just tell me what has to happen in order for the bond to be damaged. Okay, go. And if you fuck this up, you're gone. Simple question. Waiting here with the band programmed in if you don't give a clear answer to this one, because none of us like your garbage. So go ahead and tell us what you mean, right? Plants are sentient. If you are silent for anything other than the next, let's say, 5 seconds, you're also going to get banned, okay? I want the answer the second I stop talking. I will count to 5. If I do not hear a coherent set of properties within those 5 seconds, you are gone, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get fucked. Absolute fucking waste of life right there. How do you guys talk to people that stupid?
I haven't got that mad with someone since the swamp spirit debate.
Oh, that was like a year ago. I mean, that was just the most AIDS thing ever. He's just incapable of being clear. Like, we're just trying to understand what his conditions are. Harms the environment, harms society, tells us that means harming humans physically and mentally, then backs off of it and says, oh, harming society means something in addition to that. Okay, what the fuck do you mean by that? Well, here's an example. Okay, well, I don't know what's happening in that example. Give me clear criteria. Oh, it just doesn't say anything. Fucking absolute idiot. Absolute fucking moron. Mary, how did? Oh, she's not even here. I'm amazed. Like, I'm not surprised that Mary fucking flipped out on that guy. What a fucking idiot.
When I tried to argue with him, he would like say, "Oh, you don't understand my point. You need to go read this fucking book."
What an absolute fucking idiot. Like, what the hell do you mean? Harm society. What are you talking about? What does he think he's saying? Does anyone have any idea?
Justice ain't gonna dispense.
It's
Just setting foot here sets my soul at rest.
You're breaking up inside.
I would say that wasn't really. He didn't really think it through. He was just saying that, but fundamentally, he just hasn't really thought about why he thinks it's okay to kill cows, and so he was just naming things that he thinks are good.